Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, my Scorpio friends and friends of Scorpio. This is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot, and I am Zachary. Thank you guys for joining me here, and welcome to my table. So this is going to be a reading for 2024. Welcome, you guys. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, it's great to see you. I do pull a couple of oracle cards here, go into meditation to tap into your energy to get messages, and then we move into the tarot. Is how the channel works here, just to let you guys know. So I am going to go ahead and just get started talking about what I saw for you guys in meditation. You guys have, first of all, you've had some really, really heavy and deep reads, especially this past month, last couple weeks. And so as I was going into meditation, I'm like, please, Spirit, let me give Scorpio something exciting, something fun, something that feels good. I swear I'm not trying. I'm not trying to make this difficult for you guys. My intention is absolutely to help here. And it seems like this is just what you guys are going through. So we'll just dive into it, okay? What I saw in meditation to start was a pineapple. Pineapples are delicious, obviously. I mean, maybe you don't like pineapples, but the thing about pineapples that stood out to me was that pineapples, as you are eating them, eat you back. Was the first thing that came to mind. So I kind of thought about this concept of like enjoying something, but it also hurting you. Okay. So the next thing that I saw was somebody holding a hand grenade. And the hand grenade, instead of being thrown, like the pin was pulled, but instead of it being thrown, it turned into a mug. And the person was drinking like tea or coffee out of this grenade. So what that made me think of was something explosive, okay? An intention, the original intention was to get rid of this explosive container, whatever this was. The pin was pulled and to release it was the intention, but it wasn't released. Instead, it was turned into a normal fixture of the home, right? Being used to drink your Darjeeling and morning coffee. The next thing that I saw was a donut, cinnamon and sugar specifically, but a round donut with a hole. So the donut hole was gone. What came through for me on that was that sometimes what's missing is what makes something fun, which I like that concept. Like, oh yeah, sometimes it's the lack of something. If the donut had no donut hole taken out of it, well, I mean, it would still be tasty. It would just be like, not what, you know, we're used to as a donut. That's kind of the fun part of it. I think what I think about is like being a kid and I don't know, maybe sticking your finger through it, holding it on your face, like something that makes the donut fun. The concept that came through as well is less is more. So moving into the Angel Oracle, and I am wearing my glasses today, you guys. Thank you for your patience on the glare. My eyes are very, very tired. I've been doing all of the weekly, monthly, and yearly reads here. You guys are the last here, and I'm excited to deliver this message and end on. I'm hoping for just some wonderful messages to come through. Okay, you guys. So your first message in the Blue Angel Oracle is Luna. Luna here talks about emotional healing. So right away, I'm like, okay, all right, Spirit, here we go. All right. What came through in the book that was standing out for me is releasing unexpressed emotions that you've kept locked away to the point of maybe forgetting that they're there. And what stood out was the hand grenade, okay, in meditation that turned into a mug. Like the initial intention was to release whatever emotion needed to be released, right? You pulled the pin, got ready to throw it, get rid of that explosive that needed to be released or expressed. And instead of releasing it or expressing it, it was held onto to the point of forgetting it was there. So you picked it up as a mug, forgetting you had a grenade with you. The encouragement is let it go and you shall be healed. Enjoying this release for years to come is also what the book talks about. Trusting that there is a natural process to this letting go and you're being supported to do that, okay? Not trying to control the emotions, not trying to stuff anything down or to shove anything down, all that you need to do to heal in this instance is to release the emotion, to let the emotion flow. There was a line here in the book specifically I wanted to read. I release the memories that are buried in my heart. My scattered feelings are blown away by the wind. Only beautiful memories remain. They drift through my mind like autumn leaves on golden wings of light. Just thought it was nice. Okay. Trying to give you guys all the sweetness and niceness. Like I said, I know based on the readings, there's just some really, really heavy stuff. And I get it's important. Like I've been through a lot of this in my own life too. I understand. So here we are. Okay. I love you, Scorpio. So the animal energy that came through in the animal spirit oracle is earthworm. Earthworm is an earth energy. The components that come through with the earthworm are shy, hesitant, reluctant to share, and it also talks about inner vision. So I don't feel like completely, because what it talks about is like a newbie to novice type energy working to master something. And I felt tentative to say that like you guys aren't a newbie. But I feel like whoever this message is applying to, as far as the concept of sharing your emotions, being vulnerable and open to that is something that you may be new or novice at in this life. So we start as a zodiac, you being Scorpio sun or whatever other sign that you were watching from here is like a blueprint, okay? It's an initial setting. Factory settings, okay? Whatever sign it is that we're born into, sun sign wise, or any of that energy. Life is about evolution. We are set to these factory standards and we're not really given instructions on how to use like the tool that we are, not that you're a tool or any of us are tools, like a useful tool, okay? So we can either misuse the tool because of lack of understanding of how to use the tool, or we can master the use of the tool. And we go throughout life vacillating between the two, depending on what's going on, the light and the shadow side of the zodiac sign. And every sign has their light and shadow. So I am just talking about this today because we're talking about emotional healing is what's coming through. So I feel like it's really important to have some distinction between what the light side and what the shadow side looks like as far as the Scorpio goes. Because I want you guys to be healthy and happy and feel joy. And in this case, it sounds like there is emotional healing that needs to happen. And with the energy that's coming through here, there's an encouragement to learn how to be better at doing that. Not a judgment, it is an encouragement, okay? It does say that it takes time to master something, but that you are on the right track. So with the earthworm coming up, I feel like you are very deep intuitive sign, okay? That is a part of the light side of the Scorpio. Having depth and having extreme intuition is a part of that. So you have to be feeling this message. If there is friction, as far as anger, maybe you're pissed off at me, indignant, sadness, any sort of emotion, possibly extreme, large to extreme, that's coming forward as I'm talking about this, can be a sign of validation for you, that this message is for you, okay? That there are emotions that are trying to come up to be released. It encourages, especially around Luna, like the few days before a full moon, emotions may just start coming up and you cannot connect them to anything. The encouragement is to let it flow. That is the time where emotions are naturally coming up to be released. That's where you don't need to do anything. Just let it flow, Scorpio. So the energy of the earthworm here, back to that, when this energy is out of balance, it talks about being self-conscious, apprehensive, and it encourages you to bring that into balance, to speak up and to risk embarrassment. And the way I take that as far as risking embarrassment is to not be afraid to take a risk as far as like sharing whatever it is that you need to share. There was a subscriber that was mentioning that, Scorpios are stoic and that's the best way for a Scorpio to behave. I wholeheartedly disagree with every sign doing that, okay? Stoicism, I can understand a strength, momentarily, withholding an emotional display or an emotional truth in order to get through a situation where you are then safe to share that emotion. But carrying through life as with the nature of stoicism as the goal, number one, it's absolutely not a part of the light side of Scorpio, but it is bordering on martyrdom, because there's a truth that's being carried. If this is applying to you, there's a truth that's being carried, that there's a reason why I have to be stoic. Like, my cross to bear is heavier than everyone else's. And martyrdom, being a martyr, is an ego construct. It is toxic. And at its most basic is a form of self-violence, you guys. It's something that I feel very, very passionate about changing, because nobody deserves to live in that kind of hell, to be honest with you. It's not healthy, okay? So that's my piece on it, all right? I do not believe that that's a healthy way to behave, and I do know, like, one of the concepts on the shadow side of Scorpio is being broody, being moody. Like I said, every sign has their light and dark, and I'm going to just start talking about that with every sign here. So I'm not picking on you, Scorpio, okay? I am absolutely trying to help. Other components of the light are like being vulnerable, being self-transformative, knowing how to open up, being a leader, patient, spiritual, powerful, self-aware, being in control, not of other people, but of the self, okay? The concepts of passionate and committed are also the concepts in the shadow: brooding, vengeful, hateful, controlling, can't let go, crippling fears, guilty addictions, obsessions, abusive, cut off from the intuition, paranoid, and mistrustful. This is not my own list. I got this from lookupthestars.com, okay? I have a general understanding of light and dark of the signs, but I wanted a more comprehensive list here to talk about this, because we're talking about healing, emotional healing. Please use this as a kind of a guidepost of, like, the light forms of the sign is mastering that use as a tool, okay? The shadow forms are misusing the tool, okay? You get to decide who you want to be in this life ultimately, but I do also very strongly want to encourage that I love you truly, and I want to see you succeed and be happy. And carrying around weight, especially as a Scorpio, yes, it is. You guys are a deep sign, but you're not here to suffer. Ultimately, okay? That's how I feel. I love you. So, moving through the moon, deep dark emotions, you guys. The Luna, that's what's coming up. Emotional healing is what's happening here. Okay, that's kind of what I was feeling with the pineapple. Like, there could be a tendency, and any sign can do this, all right? We can get addicted to our own emotions. But being on, having like moodiness or brooding on something, spinning on something in a very negative way, I see that as possibly getting stuck in that shadow side, getting to the point where you enjoy that, right? Because there can be kind of a, like, if we if we stay on the dark side for too long, that starts to feel like something that we enjoy. We all have light and dark within us. Depends on which wolf you want to feed, right? And the more you feed that dark wolf, the more that wolf enjoys being present. Yes, there's a balance and there's healing that needs to go on, but that's what I'm feeling with the pineapple. Like, you get to a point where you're enjoying eating it, and then it's coming back and it's actually eating you. Okay? Hate is a double-edged sword. I love you, love you, love you, Scorpio. Okay? Please open your heart and mind to this message if this applies to you. Beyond that, I love you guys anyway. Your love and support. Okay, I did just hit 5,000 subscribers, and I do have another contest coming up as promised. It's been very busy around the holiday season here, so please be patient with me. I will get that out here in the next few days. If this does resonate with you, I know it's not a light message. I'm excited for the day where I can give you guys just sunshines and rainbows, okay? But please like, share, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support and helping me grow my channel in that way, okay? I do also have my Cash App and PayPal links in the description. If you feel called to donate or tip, I will absolutely accept that. And thank you so much to those that have. I do also accept or have personal readings available. So check out my website there in the comment section. Ace of Wands here. You guys are hoping to start again. You're hoping for a new, wonderful, passionate start to a journey. I know you guys are feeling this. And I know for those of you that this message applies to, having that like newbie, I don't like newbie, that the earthworm is talking about. Starting this journey or being a little bit further along in expressing your needs, your feelings, being vulnerable. I feel like you guys are feeling you want to ultimately open up because you recognize, your heart recognizes you need to in order to heal. And in doing so, you get to start another journey. So I feel like you guys are on varying starting points, degrees on where that is or where you are in that journey. But healing, like Luna is talking about, healing comes when those emotions come up. Let them come up, you guys. Write them down if you're afraid of sharing them with somebody initially. But like the earthworm says, don't be afraid to be embarrassed. This isn't about making a fool of yourself. This is about being a human and being vulnerable. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for Scorpio for 2024? And this is my Light Seers Tarot. This is my Deviant Moon. That message was a little bit long in the beginning, so thank you for your patience. I know this one's going to be just a tad longer than the other ones. I am working to keep everything under 30 minutes, okay, just to let you know in advance. And this is a general reading, so if it resonates with you, please allow that to resonate with you. I know this is a difficult message to allow to resonate, but if it does, please let it resonate. If it doesn't, there's no need to make it fit, okay, or to be mean to me. Thank you. It is normal for components to fit and others to not fit. So please use your intuition, all right, on whether this applies to you or not. And feel free to check out your rising moon and Venus for other messages. So 4 of Cups is what comes through here. This is your fear aversion. What I'm getting from this is there is a fear of having missed an opportunity on something, missing out on something. Like for some of you, maybe even looking back on specific actions where you were careless, okay, towards yourself, towards others. Maybe that's part of the emotions that are coming up that that need to be healed. You're afraid that something was messed up. And energies can also be flopped here, you guys. They can apply to major people in your life or partners or cross watchers. I am reading for a great deal of people, okay? Again, use your intuition, very, very important. Ooh, you guys, good start, good start. Yes, okay, let's get into some good stuff. So the general energy is 6 of Swords. This talks about transitioning from something very difficult to something more peaceful. Help arriving at exactly the right time. And I feel like you guys, you are that help for yourself. If you are navigating more of the shadow side of the Scorpio right now, let this be a gentle nudge or reminder that, you know, I do love you guys. That somebody loves you and wants to see you feel good in this life. I want that for you. I want that for everybody. But I see very much that you are transitioning from those rough waters, okay, to something more calm and peaceful. You deserve that. 6 of Wands as well, and 2 6s too. I feel that you guys are on the right track, which is also what the earthworm was saying. Mastery takes time, but you're on the right track. You guys are on the right track. So if this is resonating with you, especially if it's hurting, please understand that this is like, I feel like this is the eye of the needle, okay? You're passing through the eye of the needle. And you guys, good God, like I know the depth of your sign. When I go into your readings, it is a very, very particular energy. And it is deep, yes. But you don't have to stay there alone. That's not what that's not what Scorpio energy is about, is bearing a cross, being a martyr. That's Cancer, okay? Cancer's the martyr, all right? 6 of Wands, this is success and celebration. This is coming home after a war and being celebrated for it. For the veteran that you are, okay? So I feel like very much that's what you are in right now, is that those wartime efforts, okay? Knight of Pentacles is what clarifies the 6 of Swords here. So Knight of Pentacles is about expansion. You guys are expanding. You're in a process of expanding. there is an encouragement from the Knight of Pentacles as well to get moving. Get moving, little doggy. This is the only Knight that's not moving. They're all about action and movement. The Knight is the only one that's stationary, so there's an encouragement to move. Move through this. Don't stay. If you're in hell, keep going so that you get through it, okay? You don't want to stay in hell. And that's where I feel like this emotional healing, that's where this message is coming through to those of you this applies to. Six of Wands is clarified here by Five of Cups. Five of Cups is a focus on disappointment, on what's been lost. So something triggered that need to throw that grenade in the first place, right? You pulled the pin for a reason. And that, I feel like, is absolutely valid. Right? I'm not doubting, questioning any of that. Or judging. None of this is a judgment. But because that emotion was held down for whatever reason, you couldn't express it, you didn't feel safe to express it, whatever the reason, it was held onto. And so that's what's being held onto as well here is the disappointment. Maybe part of it is even in yourself for not releasing it. Maybe you had an opportunity to release it and you didn't in the time that it was healthy or made sense to, and so you feel like you can't now. Let's explore that. So the energy that's known here, the tower. This is something that you're already aware of. So I feel like, kind of back to that, if you're going through hell, keep going. Some of you, this tower moment's already happened. For some of you, it is happening currently. It may be happening shortly. Something falling apart, great upheaval, chaos. The thing about the tower, though, is it was built on unstable ground anyway. It was eventually going to come down. It never should have been erected in the first place. So it needs to come down. Pluto is going into Aquarius next year, which is major change and transformation. Last time it was there was in 1777. For 20 years is how long it's there. And the French and American revolutions happened. So the tower that energy can be coming from the Pluto in Aquarius transits. It can be a more global energy. I do feel like this does specifically apply to, though, the message, what's going on here in your life. This tower, I feel like it's been an elongated tower. Like these emotions need to be allowed to come up to heal. And you're learning how to do that. 10 of Wands here is what clarifies it. So this is releasing a burden, putting down a burden, carrying too much. And that's what I feel like is going on by turning that grenade into a mug that Luna's talking about. There's a need for these emotions to come up to be healed. You're carrying all of them, and you don't need to be. You don't need to be, Scorpio. It isn't a cross to bear. You get to feel joy and release and healing in this life as well. So what is sensed, what may be showing up soon from the unconscious realms here, is Two of Cups. And what I get from this is, for some of you, it could be love coming through. The component that comes through the most, though, is this divine love that's coming through the two individuals and filling up their vessels. There's an effective balancing that is required in order to allow this divine love to flow through, to heal. That means that you have to open up the passageway, though, for that divine love to come through. And that requires being vulnerable, okay? Which I also understand, you guys, can be very scary. Knight of Swords here is what clarifies the Two of Cups. So the request here is putting thought into action. And it's extreme speed, okay? The Knight of Swords is extreme speed. It's also protecting, okay? Like saving you from harm. And that's what I'm getting. You guys may be sensing like this is getting to a critical mass kind of point. Having the tower come through here, it's getting to a critical mass point. And this message wouldn't keep coming through if it weren't really important. So any other information here for Scorpio? Expansion, pursue bigger and greater endeavors. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles is talking about in the general. You guys have got to be feeling this need for expansion, and like the universe is calling for expansion. Like you have a seed growing inside of you that's ready to expand, but it requires that you shed this shell that has been housing, like I see a nuclear bunker holding that emotion in. That's got to go. You got to release the emotion so that you can move forward and grow. The Empress here is the energy that is waning, or that you've come from in the past here. This is loving, nurturing, healing. Okay, this is being receptive, intuitive. So very light sides of the Scorpio. And I don't feel like all of you are like, I'm not, like you're just wading through the muck or you're stuck in shadow Scorpio mode. Some of you can be, absolutely. All of the signs get that way and can be that way. I know I've certainly been stuck in the shadow side of Gemini and Virgo, Nobody's perfect. That's what it means to be human. And feeling those components is normal too. It's just where we decide to stay, okay? But this is what I'm feeling. This is what's led to this point. For some of you, this is the mother card as well. There could be an issue with children, with your own mother. Habits passed through, pain passed down. Or your children. The moon comes through here as well. Emotions that need to be released, you guys. The devil is what clarifies the Empress here. This is going to be those things that, the shadow as well, you guys. The things that keep you stuck here in the material realm, chained to the material realm. Addictions could be to your own emotions, to that shadow side, like I said. Keep moving forward here. What comes next, though, you guys? There's light, okay? There's light at the end. Strength. I very much see you guys taking courage, okay? You're a courageous sign. Nobody gets to be a Scorpio and feel that depth without also needing to gain strength and to take courage. Being a leader is a part of the light side of the Scorpio. You don't get to that point of being a leader, though, without becoming vulnerable, learning how to open yourself up to love, to strength, coming in to heal you, okay? To be able to lead in that way. Because a leader leads from the front, not from whipping behind. So this is what I see. You guys are moving into that, okay? You're moving into leader mode, where you ought to be, where the high side of utilizing that tool, God level tool, comes from. Yes, Scorpio, yes. Page of Cups. So this is can be like a dreamer. There is a component that's coming through here, though, too, with the earthworm. It can be like naivety and love, like the beginner portions of something. What I'm feeling is just that for those of you this message applies to, you're learning how to be vulnerable, okay? The emotions that come with this kind of action, too, can be very overwhelming. So that's what I'm feeling, is like there's this juxtaposition between wanting to get out of this situation, even subconsciously. You may not be consciously aware of that. Like Luna talks about having those emotions come up close to a full moon. You may not be aware of why they're coming up, but your body and heart and soul do, You're being asked to just let it go. Let it go, Scorpio. You deserve to feel the light, okay? So there may be what I see is like a little hurdle here, okay? There may be some overwhelming, this may be overwhelming to you guys. Feels overwhelming to me sometimes, I'll be honest with you. Reading for you guys, it's very, very heavy. So don't let that keep you stuck in the dark, though. In like a lion, out like a lamb is what's coming through on this. Use that energy that hurts to push you through the eye of the needle here, okay? You are on the bottom of the deck, by the way, Death. So this is a power year for you. This may not feel, like I said, butterflies in the tummy and happy memories from years gone by, but working through this shit will allow you to have many wonderful, happy memories in the future. This gots to go, okay? Any other information here for Scorpio? Three of Swords. Healing the heart, you guys. Healing the heart. And there's actually a heart locket on the strength card as well. That's where I feel like you guys are gaining strength. You're gaining strength of heart. You can do this. So the way that you view this experience, what you're going through right here, the component that stands out the most about the Three of Wands here, is being on the right track. That came through the earthworm, that came through the 2 6s in the beginning, and you are correct. Yes, that is a correct feeling that you have, Scorpio. You are on the right track by working through this, by allowing this to flow through you. Riding the waves, too, is what comes through on this card. You guys feel like you're like training is kind of like you're learning to surf and you're getting better at it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just because you have access to deep, deep emotion does not inherently mean that you are a master of emotions to start. That's what I want to express, okay? Like I was saying in the beginning, we come through this life as the basic settings, all right, the blueprint. As a Gemini, son, I am not a master communicator until I work on that, okay? Falling into the shadow side of that, there could be lies, there could be using words for manipulation, using words as weapons, empty words. The shadow side exists for every sign, okay? So your charge here is to master your emotions, all of them that you feel. Turn it into the superpower that it's meant to be. The moon is what clarifies that. Because of course it is. Your deep, dark emotions, you guys, your fears. The component of the earthworm comes through here again, too, of risking embarrassment. Don't be afraid to look stupid. Because what I'm feeling is like you aren't stupid and you don't look stupid by opening up and sharing your emotions. What I feel like it's the lack of positive reinforcement or positive interactions you've had by opening up your emotions to the wrong people that is causing you to fear feeling stupid. You deserve to express those, and it's really important that you do, and you deserve to have a safe place to be able to express those emotions too, and not be made to feel stupid, because you're not. And I feel really strongly about that. 10 of Wands. So this is the way that this is the way that others view the situation or where it takes place. So having the 10 of Wands here come through on the Tower, I know this is heavy, you guys. And truly, I am sorry if that applies to you. It is distressing to me. You deserve a safe space. That's all I'm trying to say. This is the way others view this. You're caring too much, okay? I feel like those around you can see like the weight that this the weight of this has affected you over this journey here. They can see your boots worn down, right? The Lovers. So this is Gemini energy, actually. Maybe you have some Gemini placements in your chart. What I feel like coming through here is the communication piece, actually, with Gemini. Like I said, they are not a master communicator right out the womb. It is our charge, to learn how to be responsible, how to work on the light side and master that use of that tool. So that's where this is taking place. Excuse me. I wasn't expecting to get so emotional. It's taking place through communication, you guys, okay? Being vulnerable and opening up. Hopes and fears. You guys have the Hierophant. So I feel like there's a fear of truly, it's a hope and a fear, I feel like. And an interesting mix of both. I get meditating, connecting to your higher self, connecting to higher spiritual experiences, which is a part of the light side of Scorpio. You are wanting that. But I feel like there's also like the fear towards getting there is looking stupid on the process, in the process of getting there. This can also be like a spiritual counselor or counselor getting counsel from somebody. Maybe there's a fear surrounding reaching out for that kind of help and opening up. The Emperor is what clarifies this. So this is the divine masculine. You guys had the Empress in the energy that was coming through from the past. That's the divine feminine. So there is a balancing effect that comes through here. What I'm getting from this is, well, this is control, okay? But that's the light side of the Scorpio too, being in control, not of others, but of yourself. Power, it's part of the light side of the Scorpio too, being a leader. That's what the Emperor is. They rule. They are a giver too. That's the masculine effect. So I feel like that's nodding to you opening up, giving of your emotions, okay? Giving of your true self too, not continuing the mask of stoicism, all right? And this doesn't apply to everybody, but to those that it does, I feel like that is the hope and the fear at the same time, like I said. So where this leads is Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups here, this is the outcome for you guys this year. What I feel like this is choices, so many choices opening up for you. Dreams being rooted into reality. It's like things that you've been manifesting, you've been calling in abundance that has been waiting for this block to leave so that it can come into your life and heal that because you deserve that. That all starts coming through as you open up. As you release that emotion, options come forward. You may be a bit overwhelmed with the options too. Nine of Wands. So this is resilience. Protecting what it is that you're building and not protecting what's being stuffed down, okay? Stepping away from stoicism, like I said, that is not a positive quality, truly. It may have been in the past, like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of maybe some of the hope too that's coming through with the Emperor. What I see is like, you know, years and years ago as a dad, that stoicism, like, you know, a guy just never shows their emotions. It's not a positive or desirable attribute, or it shouldn't be. Like I said, having it for a second to get through a situation until you're safe to feel your emotions, sure, that makes sense. We're not designed to be here, you know, with a butt plug emotionally. Okay, you guys, to put it lightly. Nine of Wands here, though. This is protecting what you're building, like I said. And what you're building is your true, vulnerable, authentic self, being open, being real, the wonderful, real Scorpio that you are, having that power, control, and confidence that comes being on the light side of the Scorpio. There's an encouragement to keep going like you're almost there. The success is not quite here, but you can feel it, okay? So I very much feel like this year is going to be a little bit of a rough one. Energy activation, connect to the divine through meditation or prayer. Meditations come through here a lot. Ask for support, you guys. You deserve the support. And that's the component of martyrdom that is an act of violence, self-violence, okay? Not opening yourself up to receiving help from anybody is not, it's so 1900s, okay? It's barbaric. And you guys aren't barbaric, so let's move towards the light, you guys. I know that you can do this. I truly, truly, truly love you so, so much. And my heart is with you, okay? I know this isn't light or easy, but I know you can do it. If anyone can do it, it's Scorpio. Okay? I love you guys so much. Please have a wonderful, wonderful year. I will see you very soon. Bye.